Hey, everybody, welcome to the Queen Comedy Podcast. Today is a solo episode. I'm going to go solo, and I'm just doing the touch up about October. Like, I'm just doing, I do the quarterly things. So we did January, February, March. We did April, May, June, July, August, September. So now we're about to go into October. So I want to just kind of do a recap of everything that's happening, what's going on, how things are moving forward. So I've been on the road. I've been on the road opening for Craig Shoemaker a lot, doing that, and then I've been doing my own shows, going around town, doing that. I started a new show, so I'm producing another show. It's been a while since I produced a show, so I was really nervous about producing a show, but I was like, "This is great. This is what we need. What I need to do. This is how I need to, bring back comedy." And I'm in a kind of a comedy dead zone. So I live outside of LA. There's a little bit of a comedy dead zone there. So producing a show is great, right? One, it gives a business revenue. It gives them a additional revenue by having people come in. Now we're not charging for tickets. So if you're thinking about producing a comedy show and you want to do at a restaurant or a bar or someplace like that, have them pay you, right? And you get a certain amount of people there. You say this is the amount of people, or they say this is how much we'll pay you for. You get 60 people to come, 50, 60 people. We'll give you this much money. That would be the money that you pay the comedians with, that you buy any gear, stuff that you need, and then that you run ads for and you pocket as well. So those things are happening a lot more. I would recommend running stuff on Eventbrite if you can. I would put things on if you have a Facebook shoot thing for it. The venue should put it on their Facebook, on their Instagram, on all their socials. You should be putting out there. Comedians should be promoting it. And I'll tell you, we did the first one. I was very nervous, right? We had 5 comedians on the lineup. It's a lot for a small show like that. And I was super nervous, but I brought two headliners because I figured co-headliners will probably be a bigger deal. I could have it work. I know that something happens along the way. I have people that can help recover just in case, because you never know. Like sometimes the venue or the clientele or the people in the venue may not like certain comedians, so you need to have somebody else that they like. So I did kind of mix and match there, and it went great. We had about 60 people show up. We had a photographer come and shoot photos. He's going to keep coming every single time. That's something that is great if you're going to produce shows. A photographer, a videographer should come out and shoot it. Those photos are great, right? Comedians can then use those to promote. You can use those for future flyers, for all that kind of stuff. That's exactly what you need to do. I'm also focusing on rebuilding my set. Like, so I've been trying to get out of this. It's not really a funk, but I'm writing stuff that I'm just not like excited about as much. I'm like, I got a cool idea that I write it. I'm like, it's okay, right? And whatever. So what happened was recently, I did a show. Shout out to Paul Moonjean, who he booked me on a showcase, and as I was getting ready to go on stage, I'm not kidding you. As I'm ready to go on stage, I'm about to walk up. He goes, "Hey, what's your set list?" And I go, "Oh, here it is. Here it is." He goes, "You're not going to do that tonight." And I go, "What?" He goes, "You're not going to do that tonight. You're just going to go up there and find the jokes. Just find the punchline." So I give him my set list and I walk on a stage, no set list, nothing on in my mind, nothing there. And I just go, right? I just try to find the punchlines, try to find the funny. And honestly, it's the most fun I have had in stand up in a long time. It was scary, but it was so much fun. I don't recommend everybody do that. And actually, I probably would not do it again, although that's not true. Paul says I'm going to do it again for the next two little showcases that he has me for. But I got to a place where I talked about things that were on my mind, that were bothering me, about me, whatever it was, and I got good reactions. Now, are all those going to become real jokes? Are they all going to become good stuff? No, but there's seeds there that I can take and plant and grow and create comedy bits from. A lot of what I do, anyways, is talking things out. I come up with an idea, I talk it out, and then I record it on my phone, and then I play it back and I break it down and I find the diamond in the rough. I cut it, I trim it, I do it. Gary Goldman released like 365 days of like comedy tips, and one of them was talking about that, like taking it and then just like line by line by line, just cutting them and trimming them and doing whatever. And I find that works well for me too. Jerry Seinfeld writes his things line by line, like you say it this way, then you say it this way. It's in the second line, and you just do like that, and then I that way I can visually see it, I can understand it, I can wrap my mind around it, and I know that people go, oh well, you're not supposed to be. It's supposed to sound like it's real or fresh off the top, and it always does because you're writing it in your voice and you're writing it in your speaking style because we don't just do long monologues. That's not how we speak as humans. So your jokes should be very cut, 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 right? Because we start and stop sentences very quickly. So that was a good thing for me. I have a lot of gigs in October. I'm going in and out of town. And then I have the scariest thing that's about to happen to me. And I'm going to say it on this podcast because why not? You guys should get to know me. I'm going to get a colonoscopy. I'm turning 42. I just turned 42. I'm going to get a colonoscopy. I'm very, very nervous. It's probably one of the scariest things that I know that people are like, oh, you shouldn't be nervous, but here's my problem. I Google stuff. I go Google stuff and I look it up on the internet. And like, how many people die from this or whatever? Like, that's the first thing I always do. I'm just a worrywart. So I did that, and it's only like 1 or 2% of people actually ever have like bad reactions to colonoscopy. So I was like, all right, that's no big deal. So I figured I would do that. And then the other thing that I'm about to offer, and I'm going to announce this here, right here on this podcast, I am going to be offering coaching. I'm going to offer coaching. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do one-on-one coaching or group coaching. Reach out to me, jamesdkrebston@gmail.com. I'm going to do coaching. If you have jokes, you don't have your first 5 minutes, or you're having trouble building 5 minutes, or you're having trouble with 10 minutes, or you have jokes that you need help with or structure, reach out to me. I've done this enough. I write for a ton of other people. I will do. Am I going to charge you for it? Yes. Is it going to be reasonable? Yes. I will. One-on-ones, reasonable. Group, if we want to do group coaching, weekly group coaching or monthly group coaching, something like that, let's figure it out. Let's talk about it because I want to help you guys. You guys are the people that I want to help. This podcast is free, right? I give you as much information as I can, but I can't go directly to you and give you personalized information. I can't go to you and say, this is what you're struggling. You say, this is the thing I'm struggling with, James. Can you help me do it? I've had people reach out to me and I would definitely do it. I have no problem with that. We can do it via Zoom. We can do a call. We can do email, whatever you want to do. For the group coaching, I'd like to do like a Zoom class with everybody, have a Zoom call, and we go over jokes and stuff, just kind of treat it semi like an open mic, but also a writing group and also just a feedback group. So I wanted to be positive. If you're not going to be positive, please don't sign up. I want you to be positive. If you're bringing jokes that are not, and I'm not saying you have to be 100% clean, but I would like you to try to bring clean and then you can add dirty to it. So let's start with that base because that's what's going to make you strong. I found that I get invited to do more things because people know I'm clean and I'm not going to offend anyone, right? So I get there, I do the funny stuff. I've been able to quote unquote headline. It's not real headlining. Do half-hour, 40-minute sets lately because people know I'm not going to offend. I just did a show in Santa Barbara. It was a great show. I absolutely loved it. I was the only clean one on the show, right? So it was very unique. And imagine this. Imagine being the only clean one, and not only the only clean one, but the last comedian, right? You're the headliner of the show. Everyone else was dirty before you, and you're clean, right? And it was interesting just to watch the reaction of the crowd. It was a great time. I had a lot of fun. Shout out to Sam Bear for that. I always appreciate those. But it was just interesting. And it's funny because everyone knows me as the clean guy, right? The clean comedian, clean comedy podcast guy, right? Whatever. Everyone knows me as that. So that's what I do. So I want to help you guys get better at comedy. Reach out to me. Let's schedule some coaching. Let's get you to where you want to be before the next year comes. This is the end of the year. This is the time to run and be ready. So when the beginning of next year comes and the deluge of open mic comedians comes, you're ahead of them. You're not behind them. You're not waiting in line with them. You are stepping up and getting the spots that you want. Let's do this. Do it for yourself, right? A small investment. It's not a lot of money. I'm going to make sure I will work with people. If you have a budget that you can't do, I will find a way to make it happen because what I want to do is make comedians make money, help them be funny, help them get the gigs they want, help them get booked, and help them write the jokes that they want to write. It's one of my favorite things in the world. I love writing jokes. I love working on sets and material with people. It really brings me joy. But yeah, of course, I'm going to charge for it. Why wouldn't I charge for it? I have expertise. I've written for tons of headlining comedians. I've written for other comedians. I've toured all over the country. Why would I not charge somebody for that? It seems reasonable to me. And I asked other people, I said, what do you think is reasonable? And I got numbers. I have numbers. So we will find your number. If you come and say, hey, James, I can't afford that. All right, well, let's figure something out because I want to help you. Even if it's not the ideal for me, like not I want this much. Let's find a solution. So just reach out, jamesdkrebston@gmail.com. Email me, tell me what you're looking for. You can send me a video or you can send me your notes. You can send me whatever. We'll set it up, jump on a Zoom call. We'll get you set up, right? I've had great success helping comedians do that. I love that I can do that. That's why if you go to Reddit, you see me giving advice all the time. That's what I do. This is the thing that I love about comedy is that too many comedians have held back secrets and said, this is the secret, and they're not going to share it. Guess what? I don't care about that. I'm going to share it. I try to share as much of it free as I can here. And now I want to give you a next level, right? Direct one-on-one access, direct ability to help you get to where you need. Maybe you're struggling with joke writing. Maybe you're struggling with your just how you are on stage. Maybe you're just struggling with your persona, your POV, whatever it is. Let's work on it. Reach out to me. Now, again, I'm not going to make this whole thing pitching you or selling you. Now, the other thing that I wanted to stress that I keep seeing comedians do is not be ready when they go on stage. I'm seeing this a lot more where comedians are going, so what should I talk about next? No, no, no. Even when I was doing that set with no set list, no jokes, nothing, I didn't do that. I didn't do what should I talk about next? I just started talking about something else. I started talking about something else. It should be a conversation. Comedy is a conversation. You talk, they laugh. You talk, they laugh. Back and forth. You talk, maybe they don't laugh. Now you know that didn't work. Move on. Keep going. Keep the conversation going. Do not stop and go, what should I talk about next? The moment you do that, you start to lose the crowd. You start to lose them. Be aware of what you're doing. Practice at home, right? I know a lot of people like, go practice in front of a mirror. Fine, don't practice in front of a mirror, but practice at home. Walk around your house doing your set while you're driving, while you're cooking, while you're cleaning your laundry, whatever it is, mowing the lawn, whatever. Listen to your set. I listen to my set on the drive to shows. I also rehearse my set at home. I have a mic and speakers and whatever. I practice all this stuff. Do those things. If you could do those things, you're going to be a better comedian. You're going to be prepared when you go on stage. You're not going to be going, what do I say now? That right there is a killer for comedians. Too many comedians I see do that. Just stop and do it. The other thing I want to recommend, and if you're really serious about making money in comedy and you're really serious about being a comedian for a living, learn to MC. I have had more trouble finding MCs for my shows than I have found for anything else. So many comedians do not know how to MC. They have no clue. Go learn that skill. Go to your closest comedy club and ask if you can MC an open mic, or go start an open mic. Don't start a show, start an open mic and learn how to MC. Struggle in the open mic MC spot. Do it. Or, yeah, do it that way. Or if there's a class for MC, I know there used to be classes in LA. Richie Leese used to do one, which I loved, which was how to be an MC. And he made sure we were great MCs and he would like drill it in us. I'm thinking about creating a digital course to teach you how to be an MC because I think it's so important that there's not enough comedians that know how to MC. Here's the thing. If you learn to MC, you can not only MC comedy shows, you can MC events, weddings, birthdays, whatever, and it pays. I've been getting paid to go MC events. I don't have to do any of my material. Am I funny still? Yeah, of course. Am I still making jokes? Am I still making people laugh? Of course, but I'm engaging, right? The MC is engaging. You're there to make the crowd excited to be there. That's all MC does. Doesn't matter if it's for a comedy show, a birthday party, fundraiser, wedding dinner, whatever it is. If you're not engaging and you're not fun, you're not going to be able to get invited back. I did one for a friend. He said, hey, come do this. I'm not going to be able to there. I recommend it you. I did it. They loved me. Not only did they pay me my fee, they paid me more than my fee because they were so excited with what I did. And then they invited me back for another gig. MCing is a moneymaker because it doesn't just apply to comedy. That is the greatest skill a comedian can learn. Besides writing a joke, learn to MC. I'm telling you right now, there are so many events that need MCs. School fundraisers are a huge one, especially football season, basketball season is coming up. There's all these seasons for schools. They need money for things. If you offer your services there, great. Rotary clubs, veterans clubs, like all kinds of stuff. Churches need MCs for fundraisers, mostly fundraisers and like events, like public events. Those are huge. My friend Howard Aronin, I had him come out and be MC for a year for the Queen Comedy Hour. He came and did it for a year. He started booking MC gigs to go for concerts and for big festivals and stuff. So he's been MCing for those, and then he was making tons of money doing that. Why? Because MCing is a skill that most people don't have. First, most people are scared to get on stage and talk anyways. Even the people who are performing like, concert guy, like a singer or whatever, they're still not comfortable talking. They're more comfortable singing and playing their songs because they know what they're doing. They've rehearsed that process over and over and over again. Learn to MC. If you learn to MC, you can make so much money as not even as a comedian, just as an MC. It's literally, I don't know why more people don't do it. And people are going to offer to have you come on shows to MC that they're producing because they don't want to MC. Here's the hard part. So here's the tricky part about being MC for a comedian. Okay, as a comedian, when you MC, you maybe get 5 to 10 minutes usually as an MC, and you're not always be able to do your material, your normal set you want to do. So you have to kind of figure out the crowd and get them ready to go and prime them up. So you have to do all your A material, and it may not be to a warm crowd. It's usually to a very cold crowd. And now you're dropping your A material on a very cold crowd that's not ready for it and is just getting seated, trying to get adjusted. People are still coming in. All these things are happening, and you're trying to control the crowd. So it's a fight. And so you have to be prepared for that. And you're going to bomb more as an MC than any other spot. Why? Because people aren't ready yet. They're not ready for comedy. You are taking the bullet for everyone else. You are the one up there that's priming the crowd for comedy. And so once you can do it there in a comedy venue, then you can do it at fundraisers and weddings and all these other things, meetings and galas and whatever, all this stuff, conferences. You could do it there and not sweat, right? Because you don't have to do comedy there. You're not doing that. You're just warming up the crowd and getting them ready for what's going on. You can throw in a little humor. You can throw in some of your jokes, but you're not there to do comedy. So people are excited, right? You're getting them prepped. You're already used to taking the bullet, to getting very little response or some response. It's the hard job. The MC's job is the hard job. I just watched Casey Spivey, who's an amazing comedian, by the way. She's going to be on the podcast. Casey Spivey hosting. She's the MC. She's hosting the show. She has great material. It took a while for the crowd to really get their pacing. Her final closer was fantastic, and everyone was, they got there. But she had gone 8 minutes of just haha, little applause, little this, whatever, because the crowd wasn't still engaged. They weren't ready yet. They're ordering drinks and they're talking to each other and they're getting seated and whatever. But she's running the show and she has great material. I'm sitting in the back laughing, like it's great. I know what's going on. I'm paying attention, but the rest of the crowd is still trying to get their bearings, right? So they get their bearings. They finally go big on her closer, which was great. It was fantastic, but it was hard. And she knows that. She knows that's why she does that. That's why she hosts that show every Sunday, I believe. She hosts those because she knows she's going to get better. It's fighting. She's getting better and better and better and better and better and better. And she's able to try out material as an MC that she might not be able to try out otherwise because there's no risk of failure, right? Because the MC is only there to get people involved and bring up the next comedian and keep the show going. So if you bomb on a new joke, who cares? No one cares. Even you shouldn't care. You're like, okay, I tried it. Now I'll try it the next time. I MC the next time, And then once you get a kind of finesse and it's working there, then you can try it on a bigger show where you're not the MC and you can make sure it actually works. A lot of times, jokes that work on big shows, you try them as an MC, they just kind of go, boop, fall a little flat. That's okay. That's the way to do it. Go learn to be an MC. So here's what we learned this week. You need to book more stuff. You need to learn to be an MC. If you're struggling with comedy, reach out to me. Let's get something done. I'm going to start offering group coaching and one-on-one coaching. As soon as this drops, you can reach out. Do it. I'm down to help you. We're going to make this happen. I want to help more comedians before the end of the year. I'm seeing a lot of you struggle, and I want to be there to help. Yes, I'm going to charge you for it, but guess what? You're going to get so much better, so much faster. It's going to be worth it to you, I promise. And just keep track of what's going on. If you go check out, if you haven't followed the Queen Comedy Podcast on Instagram, please go follow. I want to get over 1,000 followers on there. I know that I hate social media. I'm not good at it. I'm getting better at it. So go follow that at the Queen Comedy Podcast or at Queen Comedy Podcast on Instagram, and then at JD Creviston Comedy. That's my personal one there. Follow me on that as well. More episodes coming. I have a great list of people that are coming. I'm not even going to read the list because I was just thrown off by how great the schedule is. But I've got some great comedians coming down the pipe. I mean, I have a couple returns. My friend Patrick Ramirez is going to be coming back. I have just some great comedians from all over the country. Christian comedians, Queen comedians, comedians that have been on the Tonight Show a long time ago that are revitalizing, comedians that run and produce shows all over LA and Santa Barbara County and Ventura County, comedy writers and comedy screenwriters. Just all these people are coming, and I have a long list of more people that I'm trying to get on the podcast. The big one that I want to get right now, and he's my friend, but he just keeps telling me he's not good on podcast, is I want to get Preacher Lawson. And he keeps telling me, I'm not good on podcasts. I'm not good on podcasts. I'm like, dude, just come on the podcast. We will talk. It'll be fine. So I'm also going to post all my show dates and dates on JD at JD Creviston Comedy on Instagram. So check that out there. It's actually already should be up by the time this post. And reach out. Let's get you set up. Let's get you connected. I'm looking forward to helping you guys. Have a good one. Go back and review your last 3 months every quarter, right? Go back and review, see what you're doing good, see what you need to grow on. Let's work together. Let's make that better for you. Have a good one. We'll talk to you soon. Please like, subscribe, share this with other people, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.